Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and I am your coach of the New York Noibats. Today we are going to be going over some roster changes on the squad, if that's the right way of saying it. I'm going to be going over some transactions that we have made, and I think that they have improved the team quite a bit. I really do want to know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I don't really always ask you guys for your opinions on things. Or like likes or anything like that, but if you guys could just do me this one favor after watching the video, let me know what you guys think of all the different changes, because as you guys know, we have not been doing very well. I wasn't really too happy with the team, and I think that these transactions are going to help a little bit, at least even if we are not winning every single game after these transactions. I think I'm gonna be playing with a team that I enjoy more, if that makes any sense. So we're just gonna get right into it. As you guys can see on the screen, we have a Magneton now, and pretty much that was dropped from a Scavalier. So pretty much they were both in tier 5. I think they were like 40 points or something like that. And the steel type that, you know, well, pretty much I'll give you guys the real deal, the real story behind it. So pretty much after I got put in a body bag from General Tar Heel, I don't remember what week it was. It might have been like 4 or something like that. And we were talking a little bit after the game, and I was like, man, I'm not really happy with this team. I've been wanting to make some transactions. My front office was like, yeah, maybe you guys should wait a little bit, see how, and now we kept losing. So, he ended up telling me, he's like, I had Magneton paired with Mega Altaria just like you, and it was doing pretty well. So I was like, you know what, that sounds really good. I could have an option to trap different steel types, because steel types do give Mega Altaria some trouble. Just so it'll let Mega Altaria do what it needs to do, because we could trap steel types and just go for like Thunderbolt or Hidden Power or whatever and just knock them out. So pretty much like what this does give us, and I originally had a whole bunch of notes, and I decided I'm just not gonna even go off of them, so I just kind of just stuff that comes to my head. We now have a new Volt Switcher, so that's kind of cool. We have a new Steel type, so we do lose the Bug typing, which is kind of whatever. And the cool thing about Magneton obviously is the Magnet Pull, but we also have the ability Analytic, so if things do want to switch out, whoever moves last gets I think it's like 30% power boost or something like that. So Analytic with Life Orb or something like that could hit really hard. I'm really excited to use Magneton. I like its nickname, Triclops. Let me know if you guys like the nicknames for these mons as well, because I didn't put too much thought into them, but I just looked at it and my brain was like, Triclops. I actually don't have a nickname for one of the mons yet, so if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Don't ask me to name it after you, though. I want some really cool nicknames. If your name on YouTube is like really cool, then maybe we'll consider it. But don't ask me to name it after you. But give me some nickname suggestions for the last mon. I don't have any nicknames for that one yet. So moving on, we have Don't Give a Hoot, the Decidueye. So we decided we were going to drop Heliolisk because I didn't want to double up on my electric types. And I thought, it's better to get a new typing that we didn't have. So I really wanted a Ghost type, and I also wanted to get something that also helps me deal with certain water types that I wasn't able to kind of deal that I wanted to pick something up. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but I like the Decidueye pick because it does give me more options. It gives me more setup options. Like, this thing can get Nasty Plot, it gets Swords Dance, this thing can Baton Pass those stats out, it can just do so many cool things. And now because Heliolisk was our Z-move user, we could always use offensive Z-moves with Heliolisk, but now we dropped it, so Decidueye, we picked it up, that becomes our new Z-move user. We can now use Sinister Arrow Raid in thumbnails. I cannot tell you how sexy that's gonna look, and I'm so happy for that. And I think it's gonna be really nice and clickbaity, and which is more important than winning any game. We just want those nice views, So anyway, this thing is really cool. It gives me a Defogger, a Nasty Plot, Sweeper with Giga Drain. We can haze things, It's really cool. I like this mon a lot. We don't lose any momentum that we lost from like Heliolisk, because this thing also gets access to the U-turn. I know it has Baton Pass already, but U-turn I didn't mention. It has a really cool trapping option with Spirit Shackle, because it's a nice offensive move that traps it, and I think it's base 80, so it's like a nice equivalent of, does it say it on here? I think it's a nice equivalent of like Shadow Ball, but on the physical side. And also priority in the Shadow Sneak. It also does get Sucker Punch, so that's kind of cool too. It gets access to things like recovery, things like Roost and Synthesis, so that's cool. I'm trying to think, does this thing get anything else that I haven't mentioned that I didn't previously have? Because I think the majority of the things that I wanted to say about this thing I said. I guess I can talk about other Z-move options that this thing gets, because this thing might have like a matchup where my opponent might think that I'm struggling against a bug type or whatever for whatever reason, and then I just bring in Decidueye, and then it's like, oh, what is this grass type gonna do to me? I go for Z Sky Attack and obliterate that thing. I like straight up like Exodia, just obliterate, you know. So that's a cool tech, right? I think so. And you know, this thing could actually be like a pretty decent wall breaker too, because like, let's just say I set up like, I don't know, a nasty plot or something, and you know, his one answer to it is like a water type, like a faster water type that might be able to 2-hit kill me with like Ice Beam or something. Just not really relevant, but and I just go for a nasty plot, and then I go for a Z Leaf Storm or something like that, and just completely blow something back. Like that could be awesome. Like, you know, this thing can put some holes into teams. Like, you know, sets up. It's got nice bulk. Pivoting options, defogging options. Like this is a really good diverse mon that I think I can use in a lot of different matchups. This thing can run an Assault Vest really well with 4 attacks. I think that this is going to be a really good mon. The next mon that we have is, obviously we wanted to drop Superior because that thing missed, so we decided we were going to pick up something in the same tier, and that's Starmie. Now, I don't have a nickname for Starmie yet, so make sure you guys leave those in the comment section down below for me. I would really appreciate it, because I don't know what I want to nickname this thing. And I'm like just kind of like not sure like what to call this thing. But anyway, this thing it gives me a nice rapid spinner that I didn't have on the team. If you guys looked at my team before, pretty much the entirety of what we had was all defogging options, and now we have a rapid spinner. So we are doubling up on our water types, but this is more of an offensive water type, I could say, kind of. The psychic type is really nice. I was kind of like debating on going with like things like Slowbro, whatever, but I ended up settling on Starmie because I didn't want to lose so much speed, because my team I wanted to have like a somewhat fast team, you know, not like super fast, but like, you know, decent. And I didn't want to have all my mons be like so middle tier speed where it just makes everything so easy to like speed creep. And I didn't like, I know I have Ambipom already, but I wanted to like, I can't bring Ambipom every single game, so you know, this is gonna be there for when I don't want to bring some, you know, like a base 110, like base 110 mons are not so common, but they do exist. And this is gonna be a mon that can outspeed it, because other than that, I don't really have anything else that would outspeed it, because Superior was that one thing that was like faster, and then we had Ambipom. So this thing, it can be run like offensively and defensively. You know, you have things like Skull, Recover, Rapid Spin with the ability Natural Cure, and I kind of like that. It's got some different niche things that it can do with like Reflect type, Magic Coat for like bouncing back like Stealth Rocks or whatever. You know, different options. Dazzling Gleam is cool. Grass Knot for bulky waters that want to try to switch into this thing. It also gets Thunderbolt as well, so that's kind of cool. So it can deal with bulky waters that way as well. Thunder Wave is nice. So we do have a lot of like supportive move options with this thing. And this thing could also just be straight up like offensive. We have Analytic, pair that with like a Choice Specs or a Life Orb, you know, like this thing can do some like pretty good offensive things, you know? Some offensive things are nice. So I do like the options that we have with this thing. Hydro Pump, like Specs Analytic Hydro Pump. Boy, that hurts. That hurts. I know it's only base 100 special attack, but then you pair that with like a Choice Specs and plus Analytic and then Stab. Like it hurts really hard. The base 110 base power coming off that, like, things do hurt. And I really want to run like this set eventually. I don't know against who, but like if I'm planning on like meming eventually, like, you know, this could be definitely a potential set. Cosmic Power, Recover, and then we have like Scald maybe, and then something else, like, who knows, maybe Reflect type. That could be a real good meme set. I don't care. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of all of these transactions that we have made. My time is done. I got to get to class, so I will see you guys later. Bye. Also, this is gonna be really weird edited in like this, because like changed my shirt. I put on my shirt. I'm getting ready to leave for class, but I also forgot to mention that I like Stormy because it is a more offensive psychic type, and my team really did struggle against poison types, and that kind of helps with that. So that's all that I wanted to add. Now I'm gonna go. Bye.